This is the Ruff Legacy Podcast. I'm Reggie Ruff, and I'm just saying what needs to be said because y'all need to hear it. The emergency isn't about democracy. The emergency is that they're trying to eliminate us. If you're not rich, they are trying to eliminate us. What is going on in this world, specifically the United States, is alarming. And people need to concentrate on things that are real. Y'all played around with this Donald Trump guy like it was some kind of game where your guy won and our guy lost. You had no idea the depravity that was in these people's heart. How many of you knew that Musk was a South African? Do you know what that means? It means that if you're a melanated person, he has no love or respect for you. He was raised to hate us. But you played around with Trump and thought that he was okay because it was just going to be about bringing money to you. The economy was going to get so much better, even though you refused to see how much work the Biden administration had did for the economy and for the stock market. There were people running around, didn't even know the record-setting numbers that were under the Biden administration. And then all of a sudden, that don't matter. That doesn't mean anything. You're getting ready to find out how insignificant you are. You've always been to these people. The rich really don't give a fuck about what happens to anybody that isn't rich. The only thing that they want is another tax break. And as they take away the programs, as they dismantle different parts of the government, as Project 2025 becomes more and more real to you, you realize that those people that you love to hate are not the only ones who are going to be affected by 2025. It couldn't happen to you, not to the white men, not to the MAGA people. No, it was the others who were going to feel it. But hate can't ever work in your favor. You made the mistake of not only being conned, but being led by your hatred, by your fears, by your greed, and by your racism. You're still rolling with this guy who is either a lunatic or a Russian asset who is hell-bent on destroying this country. It's obvious that the Republican Party has been bought, has been blackmailed, has been put into a corner where they can only go along with Trump. Not giving a fuck about America. I give you the Ruff Legacy Podcast, the emergency. But what's up with the ordinary American citizens? Well, it's your hate, it's your racism. And the big thing is that you were conned, and you don't want to admit that you were conned by the guy who said only I can make things better. So much better. The prices for products keep going. You cheered for the Hitler salute. You cheered for the people who are gonna die because the USAID is no longer in effect. You cheered for starving people. You cheered for the image of a chainsaw being taken to programs. You cheered for the firing of your neighbors. You cheered for the worst. Are you gonna be so gleeful when there is no longer Social Security? What's gonna be the explanation for that? MAGA knows best. MAGA wants your family to suffer. There are more white Americans in red states that collect Social Security than anywhere else in the country. What are you gonna say to your grandparents who need it? What are you going to say to those disabled veterans that need it? What are you going to say to family members that need that Social Security? How you going to explain that away? You're following greed, hatred, racism, and not giving a fuck about America.
Just not giving a fuck about America.
You know, there are people in power who want to see us in chains again. But yeah, y'all talk that good shit about it'll never happen to you. But look at what's going on. You don't even realize how close it is to being that way again. About somebody is your ops while they setting you up to be in chains again because you sleep. And these rich people out here are so secure in what they're doing that they don't even give a fuck that you see the game plan. Because what is it that you're gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do?
The emergency system.
I know that my old ass ain't gonna go out like some of y'all gonna go out, thinking everything is alright, thinking that I can be on their side. Yeah, okay. I'm not going out like that.
The emergency system.
This is the Ruff Legacy Podcast. I'm Reggie Ruff, and I'm just saying what needs to be said because y'all need to hear it. It's gonna get ugly out here before it gets any prettier. Peace. And like the Ruff Legacy Podcast.